Hi, and welcome to the National Carriers training video. So here we are at the Class A Recruiting National Carriers page. I am going to assume that you know how to get here for the purposes of this video. And so when we get to the page, we are going to see our usual video overview. I always just make the note that sometimes these can be a little bit outdated. Um, Always go with the information underneath right first because this is updated. I think Class A is planning to come through and update all those videos pretty soon. So until then, though, we're going to go with what is underneath for our application process always. So let's start out here is we have National Carriers is one of our carriers um, that will accept new drivers at this time. So that's a main reason we're going to be here is if for some reason one of our drivers is ineligible for SWIFT. For instance, they went to a SWIFT protected school, etc. So here we are at National. And so the first thing we're going to do is download a national sheet. And I've already done that, so we don't need to do it again. Um, and then I'm going to show it to you in my Zoho sheets. You might be using Excel. Uh, it'll be the same. It's a pretty simple sheet. So this is the OTR hiring map for National, and this is if our driver is going to go on OTR. And this is their Florida hiring map. As you can see, they'll only hire for part of Florida. This is for their regional accounts. We don't end up really using these different maps that much because generally we're putting them in for trainees. And so here is the student trainee information. The pay is $100 a day, up to $700 a week if they are training for 7 days a week. The student must be on the truck with a qualified trainer. Can't talk this morning, sorry. In order to be eligible for training pay unless otherwise approved by NCI management. Any days at home are not paid. So all students will be paired with an NCI approved driver and who will be responsible for the training period. They're really not telling us that well there, are they? Okay, here we go. And here's the student pay scale. And so that's after they're out of being a trainee, I guess. There's the student team pay. And here's the training scenarios, which probably, again, you can just read and find out where your driver fits in. So the school graduate minimal experience has recently graduated CDL in the last 2 months and has not graduated from a trucking company training program, et cetera, et cetera. So you're just going to look and see where your driver falls within this. And more information about their phases of training. Typical training is 3 to 4 weeks. And so here's something with NCI is we may only invoice for these drivers once they dispatch solo. So again, you can kind of see why we go to SWIFT first. So remember that when you're when you're looking at national. So they have, here is in this sheet, they have their craft dedicated run. They have this Georgia regional run. And then I think the rest is kind of OTR. And so let's go back. So that's their sheet. And let's go over here and have a look at the main profile. So when we, this is there's only one application in here. And so you are going to complete this application. And this is one that, how did you hear about NCI? You're going to choose Class A recruiting. And the texting authorization. So, and then for the purpose of these individual carrier videos, I am always going to assume that you know about sending our application first, and there's no sense repeating that information on each of these videos. So you're going to take our application and use it to autofill this. Once again, as always, I request that while I'm doing that, the driver is available to send me back that autofill code and maybe answer any other questions. I try to schedule that for that I'm submitting the application when the driver can work with me if possible. And then, of course, same as always, we are going to enter our driver immediately into driver management. And this is what they want submitted to them in the carrier notes, which also is application inquiry. NCI will let us know, usually within an hour, who your driver is assigned to. And your driver should hear from NCI within 24 to 48 hours. They put their driver updates out on Fridays. Here's their pre-qualifications. That's something you can look over. There's no sense us going over every single one. So they are a company that does urine only. They do not do hair follicle testing for their drug screening. And they hire students, company solo, company team, and some dedicated. And that's going to be like that craft account in the Georgia, whatever it was. And it looks like National is all refrigerated. Here's their trucks. They do have automatics and manuals, so it's something to be aware of. I assume the students are all in automatics. No slip seating. The trucks are 68 mile an hour. So again, here's the student pay. Here's the OTR pay. Here's the team pay. Here's when they get their pay increases. Here's the average length of hauls, average weekly pay. So there is a lot of information in here. They do have a pet policy, so that's important. Do they have a ride? Yes. Oh, their rider policy starts at day one, so, and they will accept riders over 5 years old. So sometimes, we have a driver. These things are important to know. The orientation is in Irving, Texas. They will put them in a single room at La Quinta in Irving. And just here's more benefits. So most of this is a lot of information that you can go over if you have a driver that is a possible fit for national, and application ownership is 30 days. They put out their driver updates, I believe, once a week. The last one was on the 21st, so it's pretty much national. And again, you could have, like other reasons, but generally we're going to national with a driver, the brand new driver that for some reason we can't get on with Swift. Our other option is JNR Schugel at this time, but this is national. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.